Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It is 1:45 in the PM here in the UK. Hope you're all doing well. We're going to talk about a missing young woman today. Someone called Victoria Taylor. She's been missing now since the 30th of September, so almost a week. And it's looking very likely that she's in the river. She's in a river. That's what it looks like to me. I can't see any other explanation based on the information that we've been given. But we are going to talk about it. And this is from Yorkshire here in the UK. So she's gone missing from a small town called Malton in North Yorkshire. So we can talk about it. And there is a Facebook group. I'm going to go through that as well. So let's say a few hellos, first of all. Now, I won't be on too long because I'm busy today. I've got to go out in a bit. But I've been following this case since the beginning. I've been following it all week. And I can't see any other explanation. Sadly, I really can't. But we're going to get the map up. We're going to look at it all. I'm going to go through it, just an overview of this case. Thank you so much, Purple AJ, for hopping in with 10 gifted memberships. Just a second. Let me read these out. Hold on a minute. My stupid. I need a mouse for this computer. It's nuts. All right. So we've got Debbie, Straight Talker, Juror number 12, Jenny's Chaos and Crime, Fruit Fly, Calicat. And then we've got, it's going up. Then we've got Dawn, Moonflower, Nickel Rose, and El Boogie. So welcome you guys. You get a month's free membership courtesy of the truly wonderful Purple AJ. And yeah, Jackie, don't forget to hit the like. Don't forget to hit the like. It does help. It just helps push the live stream out to people who may not have otherwise seen it. The other good thing that you can do to help the channel is share. Just click the share button and then share it to any social media you've got. Not only does it push it out to new people just by the act of sharing it, but also clicking the share button tells YouTube that this stream is of interest to people. So again, it's just good for the algorithm. It's nothing to do with my ego. It's just good for the algorithm. So who have we got in the house? We've got Naomi Rose. We've got Shelley Roo from Australia. Good morning from Australia. Is it Monday morning there? It must be. We've got Mike from a damp island. It's damp here as well today. Hello, Jackie. Hello, CW. We've got Mason. We've got Karen. We've got M. Osland. We've got Leah, Bayou Babe, Rightfield, howdy to you. Janine, hello. We've got Holly. Working sense with my Lucy in the garden, waiting for the live stream. We got Jean, we got Amanda, Cheryl, Turtle Madness. Yeah, something different. Well, sadly, it's last winter. I mean, it was like a semi-regular occurrence that someone was ending up in a river because we had so much rain. It was insane the amount of rain we had last winter, and river deaths were surely must have been an all-time high. There were so many cases, but we haven't had one for a few months. Not that Not that it's hit the headlines anyway. We got Kelly, we got Julie, and we got a few people coming in now. So I don't know how popular this live stream is going to be. There's there's no drama involved in this case. It's not terribly well known, but it is making the news. It's made the national news here in the UK. Just watched my video about Nicola. Good stuff. Thank you so much. All right, so this is Victoria. So I'm going to read this article here from the Mail Online. They seem to have a decent write-up. This is from a couple of days ago, though, but I don't think there's been anything new in the last couple of days. So we've got 5 unanswered questions over the disappearance of Victoria Taylor, including why did she visit a garage? Why did her social media appear to be active after her last sighting? Okay. So again, this is 2 days ago. Search for Victoria Taylor has entered its 5th day as police continue to probe her disappearance after she vanished on Monday. So she was last seen at her home in Malton, North Yorkshire at 9 a.m. on September 30th. She's got a fiance, she's planning a wedding, and she's got a 2-year-old little girl. So, little family, missing her dreadfully. She's got sisters, she's got a whole support system who are working really hard to try to push her name out there to try to find her. And her belongings, the things that she had with her, were found on the riverbank. So that has prompted the police to focus on the river. Their working hypothesis is that she's in the river. So police divers have been scouring a stretch of the River Derwent near the home she shared with fiancé Matthew and their 2-year-old daughter. So they recently returned home from their first holiday in Mallorca, and her disappearance is out of character. She's never done anything like this before. It's just, set everybody out of the blue. Police growing increasingly concerned for her whereabouts, and there remains a number of unanswered questions about her disappearance, according to the Mail Online. Now, obviously, the police will have way more information than we do. With the Nicola Bulley case, we didn't realise just how much the police had, just how closely the police were able to track Nicola. We didn't know that in the first week. We had no idea how much information the police had got. So this is Victoria. This is the river that they've been searching. So this is the River Derwent as it passes through Malton. So there's been, police divers, police in kayaks. This is a map. I'm going to get the map up and show you these locations on the map here shortly. So where was she going? I think that's the most important thing. Where was she going? What was she doing immediately before she disappeared? So she was seen at her home 9 a.m. on Monday with her soon-to-be husband and their 2-year-old daughter. And she was FaceTiming her siblings. She's got 2 sisters. Matthew and Victoria then left with their daughter to visit his parents. So she was actually seen after 9 a.m. I think what this means is that she was seen for the last time by her siblings at 9 a.m. when she was FaceTiming them. But then Matthew, Victoria, and their little girl went to visit his parents. So I don't know exactly where his parents live. But apparently that's what happened. However, Victoria left and she didn't return. So they'd gone to his parents' house, and for whatever reason, she left. So I don't know why. There's been no information out there about things like her mental state, things that I think would be useful to know. I think would be, as well as tracking someone's last movements, someone's mental state, was there an argument? Was she depressed? All of those things I think are relevant. However, I'm sure that the police, have got a good idea now. I mean, after the Nicola Bulley fiasco of Lancashire police releasing information about Nicola's menopause and things like that, I think, the police and families are maybe a little bit reluctant to talk about stuff like that. And certainly the Facebook group, which is called the Search for Victoria Taylor. This is the Facebook group. I've put a link to this in the description box. But let's go back up to the top here. But the admins of this group, I've been following this group all week, and it is a public group, so I'm not sharing posts that are, behind a privacy setting. But the admins of this group have basically said they don't want any speculation about the motivations of her going missing. This group is literally about finding her. She was on foot, Linda. We're going to get into that a second. So the group's being very well managed in terms of it's literally just for the search. So, they don't want the families in this group. They don't want, maybe the family don't want all that speculation and, it to descend into something akin to what happened in the Nicola Bulley case. So this is literally a group that is, as it says on the tin, it's about the search. So there's, people in the local area and further afield who've been putting together search parties and things like that. So that's the group. So we don't know anything about her motivation, her mental state, or anything like that. Personally, I understand why the family might not want that information to be made public, but I think there is some use in having at least a vague idea of what kind of mood she was in. Was there an argument? Why did she leave his parents? Was she going somewhere? Was she going to the shop and she planned to return? Was there something else in addition to her just leaving? Okay. All right. So this is what we know about her movements so far. So a local saw her crossing the railway crossing near a little store in Welham Road about 11:30 to 12, heading towards the River Derwent. So here's the map. So this is Lidl. Lidl's like a supermarket. So this is Lidl. This is Welham Road. And then I don't know this place. I've never been to this place. I've just been, driving around on the Google map. Oops, doing here. So there is a railway crossing here. There's a railway crossing. And then this bridge goes over the river. So the river is just there. So that's the location of one sighting. near Lidl. So you've got Lidl, and then we've got the railway crossing, which is just there. And then a woman in a house near the play park. So we're coming down the path leading to the river. She's then seen by locals passing a local children's play park, the Riverside Playgroup, and walking along a thickly overgrown path next to the river between 11:30 and noon. So all of this is leading, like all these sightings are leading to the river. Okay. Now this is the last CCTV footage of her. So she's wearing, I think that's a black coat. I think it looks blue on the CCTV, but apparently that is black. Yeah, it should be a busy area, yeah. Like Lidl's always busy because it's a discount store. And she was wearing a cap, a baseball cap. So that's confirmed by family to be her. So it looks like she's got her hair tied back and she's buying something. So this is the last CCTV. So this confirms that she was alive and well. So she wasn't murdered by family members. You know, it wasn't Matthew and his parents murdered her or anything like that. She was seen on CCTV after she left. Okay, so let's nip that particular theory in the bud because you know it's going to come. You know it's going to come. So CCTV footage 11:35 shows Victoria inside the BP garage wearing a cameo hat and blue Adidas coat. Now, it has been said that it's black. So, I don't know. Is it black? Is it dark blue? I don't know. Okay, so the BP garage. I actually don't know where the BP garage is. So look for the BP garage. Find the BP garage. Will it give me? BP garage, Malton. Oh, right there. Oh, right there. Literally right there. Okay, so there's nothing there. That's from last year. But it's right next to that Lidl, so is there a garage there now that interesting. Maybe they were just building the garage. Who knows? She looks different to how she presents in other photos. Agree, it could be a disguise. I wonder what the family says. The family say it's her. I mean, look, I don't know whether it would be a disguise. I don't know whether it would be a disguise. What, just wearing a cap? Anyway. Okay, so that's the last CCTV. And she bought a soft drink from the garage. So she took a drink with her. And the fact that she bought a drink leads me to believe that maybe she wasn't suicidal. Maybe. I mean, if you were heading out to kill yourself, why would you buy a drink? Do you know what I mean? But anyway, the soft drink bottle that she bought from the BP garage was found by a family in a clearing along the path next to the River Derwent. Further along the path, at an undisclosed location, police found the discarded green camouflage cap that she'd been wearing. So they found the cap and the drink. Also, they found a backpack, which is a pink Vans brand backpack, rucksack. And they weren't hidden. They were just there. They were just there. And there was a question in the Facebook group, maybe yesterday, asking whether a phone had been found. And apparently a phone was found. So I don't know whether the phone was in the bag. But that's just what's been said on the Facebook group. So why are the police searching the river? Following the discovery of Victoria's belongings, police have been carrying out extensive searches along the River Derwent. Drones have been used in the search, while police in kayaks have also been seen on the river. An underwater team has been involved, while other officers have reviewed hours of CCTV from around Malton, where Victoria was last seen. So again, there's been lots of local searches. Family and friends have been organising local searches. One friend said, the majority of Malton and several other areas are searching for you. I'm praying and hoping each day to hear good news. Why was her social media still active? Friends of the missing mother of one claim her Instagram was still active after she vanished. It's unclear why the 34-year-old's account would have been active on Tuesday after she was last seen the day before. Friends have claimed that Miss Taylor's family have been using her Instagram profile, which led to the account being shown as active. However, the missing bride-to-be's loved ones have not stated whether that was the case. It could be the police. The police have her phone, and if her social media accounts were logged in, then the police will investigate the social media. The police will log into them. Well, I mean, the police won't need to log in. They're already logged in. So as long as the police can get into her phone, then they'll have a look. But yeah, it could be family. It could be family checking her social media. You know, for things like, you know, messages, private messages and things like that. Why is she wearing young kids' clothes? I don't think she is. I'm way older than 34 and I wear caps and padded coats when it's cold. So I don't think she's wearing a young kid's clothes, honestly. Okay. Could she have travelled out of town? Now, this is the thing. This is the thing that leads me to believe she's in the river. Belongings found on the riverbank, and absolutely no sign that she went anywhere else. None. No sign of her boarding any buses or trains. So there are local train and bus stations. So presumably all the CCTV there will have been checked. Buses and trains have CCTV on them. So there's no sign that she travelled away from the area. So she's on foot, she's walking. There's no sign that she got on a bus or a train. No activity on her bank. The last transaction she made was in the BP garage. She bought the soft drinks. So there's nothing. She's just gone completely radio silent. So tell me any other scenario that works other than she's in the river. Belongings at the riverbank and she's just gone. Like, possibly she could have walked away, possibly, without being seen on any cameras. It's unlikely because it's not a tiny village. It's not out in the middle of nowhere. You know, the location she was last seen at would have CCTV on it everywhere. And no one's seen her. No one's seen her walking. Nothing. Zero, zilch. So what other scenario could possibly make sense? That's right. It's getting to that time of year again when rivers are swollen and slippery along the edges. Yes, absolutely. 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 Police have said the focus of their search is being kept within the Malton and Norton area. Inspector Leanne Anderson from North Yorkshire Police said on Tuesday there are a range of inquiries taking place to try to locate Victoria. This is still a missing persons inquiry and the focus of our activity is within the Malton Norton area. So there's Victoria and Matthew. Extensive searches will take place today and I would urge members of the public in the Malton Norton areas to remain vigilant and report any sightings or pass information to police immediately. Any immediate sightings of Victoria should be reported to the police on 999. Anyone with any information that could help the search is urged to call 101 and quote reference, that's a long reference, 122 40 17 87 10. That's a long reference number. that's a long reference number. North Yorkshire Police have been contacted for an updated statement. Let's see if there is an updating statement from Yorkshire Police. No, North Yorkshire Police. See if they've put anything on their social media. I don't follow North Yorkshire Police. I'll have to find them. Police. All right, here's North Yorkshire Police. Oh, here we go. So, October 4th, family appeal to find missing woman Victoria Taylor. The family of missing Victoria Taylor have spoken how distraught they are following her disappearance and released a new image of Victoria and her brother Joe. So that's Victoria and her brother. See our latest update here. All right, so this is the police latest update. So this is from the 4th. So we're now the 6th. So we've not had an update for 2 days. So update 4:15, Friday, 4th of October. Missing Victoria, family appeal to find a missing woman. The family of missing Victoria Taylor spoken how distraught they are following her disappearance and released a new image of Victoria with her brother Joe. Victoria has now been missing for 5 days. So we're now into day 7. She was last seen at her home address in Malton on Monday, 30th of September. Victoria's sisters, Emma and Heidi, have said, we currently feel sick, distraught and lost following the disappearance of Vix, but we are trying to focus on the children in the family to maintain a sense of routine at this difficult time. We would like to thank all the emergency services and volunteers who have assisted in the search for Vix so far. The wider public community has also rallied around, and we are eternally grateful for the support they have given us, Vic's family. The police have told us that searches will continue over the weekend, for which we are grateful. The water is challenging at the moment due to the recent weather, so people who are out searching for Vicks, please do not put yourself at risk. So that's the CCTV image that was released on Thursday that we've already seen. Okay, so releasing this CCTV image, which shows Victoria late in the morning at the BP garage on Welham Road in the Norton area of Malton. This image was captured at 11:35 on Monday. A number of personal possessions belonging to Victoria have been found close to the River Derwent. Following this discovery, our operational support unit and local officers have carried out extensive searches along with support from Police Underwater Search Unit. We've used drones in the area to search from above, carried out multiple inquiries and reviewed hours of CCTV around Malton, where Victoria was last seen. Inspector Martin Dennison from North Yorkshire Police said, "We are very concerned about Victoria's whereabouts and, like her family and friends, just want to see her safe and well. I would urge the public to be cautious if looking for Victoria near the river. Our officers have specialist training and equipment, and they are used to working in various terrains. If you do have any information which can help with the search, then please call us on 101. Any immediate sightings should be reported to 999. So this is update 9:55 from Tuesday. So we're going back in time. Any dams or weirs downstream? Not that I know of. However, I can check. I'll check in a minute. We're continuing to search for 34-year-old Victoria Taylor, who's now been missing for 3 days. Last sighting of Victoria was an address. Okay, we know that. Victoria is described as white, approximately 5'6". She was last seen wearing blue jeans, a black Adidas original puffer jacket with white stripes down the sleeves, and a grey Jack Willis hooded jumper. Members of the public should expect to see an increased police presence in Malton. Tuesday, searches of the riverbank will take place by our specialist underwater search team. Inspector Leanne Anderson from North Yorkshire Police said there are a range of inquiries taking place to try and locate Victoria. This is still a missing persons inquiry. Focus on activities within the Malton Dorton area. Okay, so we know all that. Original appeal. So white, 5'6", blue jeans, black Adidas puffer jacket with white stripes, grey Jack Willis jumper, carrying a salmon pink Vans backpack, which has been found. So that's been found. Extensive searches are currently taking place. We haven't heard anything about phone pings or whether she had a Fitbit or was wearing a watch or anything like that. But apparently her phone was amongst her belongings. Wonder if it was her usual walk. Good question. Don't know. It would be you see, these are the kind of things that would be useful for the family to update on if they know. They might not know. You know, did she like to go walking down by the river? If she did, and this is just her normal behavior, this is just what she did, then she's not doing anything unusual. And the chances are it's an unfortunate accident. You know, if the river path is, you know, close to the bank and it's slippery, anybody can trip and fall. Anybody can trip and fall. But if it's unusual, if it's, you know, totally out of character for her to go walking on her own, then that leads you then on to, well, why did she partake in that kind of unusual behavior? If it's unusual for her, I mean, something like going walking down the side of a river wouldn't be unusual for someone like me. But if you're not, you know, if somebody doesn't go walking, if someone just doesn't do that, then you've got that added, well, what was it that changed their mindset to make them do something unusual? Those kind of things, I think, are very useful to know. It's not prying into, you know, we don't need a medical information or anything like that. It's just what's a usual routine, I think, would be useful to know. if the family know. Okay, the river. I do have a little bit of information about the river. So this is just a Wikipedia entry for the river, River Derwent in Yorkshire. So it flows into the River Ouse. It goes south, so it's travelling south, and it joins the River Ouse. And then does the Ouse then go into the Humber or not? So look. Oops. So it's travelling south. I mean, it's not a big river at all. So if you live south of Malton, obviously don't put yourself at risk. But if you do, walk near the River Derwent, south of Malton, then keep your eyes peeled, because if she's in the river, she's travelling in this direction. She's going south. So then it is very rural. Once it leaves that town, then it is very rural. What's that? Little Hulton. Okay. All right, I've also got the river level, if I've still got that up. Hold on. No, I haven't. Hold on. 1 second. Malton levels. Some of you will remember this site from the Nicola Bully case. Riverlevels.uk. Go on. Why not letting me go? He's trying. There we go. All right, so the measuring station is at Malton. So what was the river level like on September 30th? All right, so yeah, there was a spike. There was a water spike. So the water is going to be higher than usual. See, it was very low. So measurement at the Malton measuring station, like 0.59, 0.82 on the 26th. And then we've got a spike to 3 meters. So that's about 10 feet. So literally overnight there was a spike. So 25th, 0.59. So that's only like a couple of feet. 0.82 on the 26th. And then 27th, it went to 2.46. 28th, 3 meters. So 10 feet. So it went from like 2 feet, less than 2 feet, to 10 feet. That's when you had a lot of rain. Yeah, well, obviously, it rained so hard the other day. It rained so hard. Like my front lawn floods when it rains hard, and I even had a new water feature in my backyard. Doesn't normally flood at all. and then 29th it had dropped a bit. 30th it had dropped to 1.74, and then it's picked up again. So it was unusually high. So if she did go walking along the path regularly, maybe she wasn't used to the river being that high. That's right. Undercurrents in a small river with a lot of water will catch people out. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And if, you know, if the path was waterlogged, if the path was slippery, it does make sense. That flow came down from the hills with such force. Yeah. Yeah. So look, guys, I honestly can't see any other explanation. I honestly can't. I honestly can't. I don't know. It would be useful to know if there's a weir. There won't be a dam, but there might be a weir. Does it tell me? There might not be a weir, actually. Because it's not like a major river. I don't know there'd be any reason to install a weir. So monitoring station is at Moulton. Nearest town village. Coordinates. Is anybody who knows the area? No, at all? Hold on. Weirs on the river Derwent, Yorkshire. Why, when you do a Google search now, is the first hit always AI? Is Kyle brushing his teeth? Yeah, he is. Can you hear him? Is the mic that good? It's amazing. The River Derwent in Yorkshire has several weirs, including Horsham Weir, a weir with a pour-over feature, all right, shooting a fish ladder, Buttercombe Weir, Horsham Weir. It's a site of specific scientific interest from Moulton to Barnby due to its important array of wildlife. Interesting. Are there 2 River Derwents? There are. Oh, there's actually 4. There's 4 River Derwents. Who knew? Downstream of Moulton. Buttercombe Weir, Kirkham. So there are a few weirs. So Barnby Barrage, navigation lock, and 2 sluice gates to prevent tidal water from entering the Derwent. So where's Buttercrum? That seems to be. I'm relying on AI here, and it might be completely wrong. Okay, so that's quite a ways away. Oh, thank you, Helena, for gifting 5 memberships. Thank you so much. We've got Viv, Ava, Dog Defender, Midnight Noon, and Oopsie Daisy. So welcome. Get a month's free membership, courtesy of Helena. Thank you so much. So that's quite a ways away. 9 miles. I'm thinking that a body wouldn't travel 9 miles. Like it would be way more likely to get stuck somewhere. I would guess that she won't be more than a mile downstream, honestly. The reason being is it's quite a small river and there's a lot of overhanging like debris and stuff like that. That's what I'm guessing. But if the body is free flowing and the flow is strong enough, the body would have to go 9 miles to hit the first weir. According to AI, now listen. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you about AI. So where's this weir then? I need to go down there and have a look around. It's quite a ways from me, North Yorkshire. Is that not upstream? No. The river flows south and joins the Ouse. So if I go back to the Wikipedia page, the Derwent is a river in Yorkshire in north of England. It flows from Fiddingsdale Moor in the North Yorkshire Moors National Park east and then southwards as far as its confluence with the River Hereford, and then westwards through the Vale of Pickering, south through Kirkham Gorge, and then the Vale of York, joining the River Ouse at Barnby on the Marsh. The confluence is unusual in that the Derwent converges on the Ouse at a shallow angle in an upstream direction. Interesting. The river used to flow further east, its old course entering the Ouse east of Howden. So Stamford Bridge, Malton, Pickering, Helmsley, Filey, and Scarborough. The area is bounded by the Cleveland Hills, North Yorkshire Moors, and Hambleton Hills. So there's the North Yorkshire Moors, the Vale of York. It's not an area I know at all. I know York. I've been to York. So the river mouth is Barnby on the Marsh, North Yorkshire. Let's look where that is. Okay, right down here. So there's the river. So that's the River Ouse. So the River Derwent joins this somewhere. And then the Ouse comes out there. So it joins the River Humber. And then that goes into the North Sea. So yeah, it's coming from the North Yorkshire Moors. And then it's going south to the Ouse, and then into the Humber, and then into the North Sea. Stardust Shorty member for 23 months, almost 2 years. Just one more month and you get your OG badge. Will my dogs be able to assist if I could get anything of hers from a family member? No. Cassie's trained to find clothes, but you're looking at a week now. And if she's in the river, there's no sign of her on land at all. So getting a scent article for any dog at this stage, it's a week. The chances of there being a scent after a week, like a live scent after a week, it's possible in certain environments, but if she's in the river, it means she's been deceased a week. So you're not looking for a live scent. Dog the Bounty Hunter equals Scooby-Doo. No, Dog the Bounty Hunter's more like Scrappy-Doo. Like, let me at him, let me at him, let me at him. But when he's at him, he's not that effective. I'd like to see the access for vehicles. I don't think there is any. Because it's a path. Now, obviously you can't tell on a map. You know, this is the kind of situation where local knowledge is useful. Now there's a car park there, but I bet you any money you can't get to the river. So there's the river behind that wall. and then you can just see on the other side of the river, you can see the path. So that'll be the river walking path. So there's no access of vehicles to the river. Not that's obvious anyway. And then so that's what it looks like. So it's walled on either side. So the access, like the public rights of way, you ain't going to be able to get a vehicle down there. Now, local knowledge is what we need, honestly. So the banks are quite steep. But the last sighting was, let's put this the right way around. The last sighting is Liddell. Where are we at here? Hold on. I'll just get rid of that. Stop it. Why does that keep popping up? Why does it do that? Why do you go away? You're annoying me. Go away. Right, so last sighting's Liddell, which is here. And then go down this road. So you go over the railway and then along this road, and then there's an entrance there. So that's the public entrance. So it's not vehicle access. So it looks like a, like a dog walking spot. There you got a poo bin. You got the dog poo bin. So that's the area she was last seen. Now, it doesn't mean to say she entered the river there. She may have entered the river she might have walked along here. But I'm thinking, given that, so the BP garage is here. She buys a drink. She's seen near Liddell and the crossing. And then right there, there's public access down to the river. She may have bought a drink if she was planning on taking tablets. Okay, yeah. Possible. I hadn't thought of that. Yeah, that is possible. But we don't know what her mental state was. I mean, look, all I'm saying is everything leads me to believe she's in the river. I can't see any other theory or any other scenario that makes sense, given that all her belongings are by the river. There's been no sightings of her since this point, and her bank card hasn't been used since the BP garage. But why she entered the river is up for grabs, honestly. Is it that she went for a walk? If that was her usual behaviour, if she liked to go for a walk down by the river, then nothing out of the ordinary, then I'm inclined to think that that's just a really sad, unfortunate accident in an area where there's been a lot of rainfall, where the paths would be slippy, where the river was higher than it normally is. But if it's out of character for her to go walking, and she was in a bad mental state, then there's always that possibility that she harmed herself and then somehow ended up in the river. So is it often that people fall into your rivers, weirs, random bodies of water? Yes. It's very common. In last winter, we had loads of them, because people who normally just, have a very safe walk down by the side of a river or a canal were getting into difficulty because of the amount of rainfall and trying to navigate difficult terrain when you've got this horrendous amount of rainfall we had. And then the bodies of water were all way higher and people don't recognize the danger that they're in. So, yeah, we had loads last winter. I mean, check back my footage from last winter. Check back my videos from last winter. And I only made videos on probably a small number of the people who ended up drowning. But you see, the UK is very wet. We're a very wet climate, and there's a lot of rivers. There's a lot of rivers, and there's also a lot of canals, especially in, the old industrial areas. There's a lot of canals that are very scenic, but people just don't recognize how dangerous canals are. And then it's an island, so you're not too far away from the coast. Wherever you are in the UK, you're not too far away from the coast. So a lot of the rivers are tidal, and people do not realize how dangerous water is. And then there's a lot of lakes or lochs in Scotland. And I think it's rivers especially that catch people out, because they vary so much in their, the flow rate and their height. And people enjoy walking by rivers. I do. But I recognize that it's dangerous. There's nowhere wetter than up north. Absolutely. It rains all the time. And people don't realize. So, yeah. I think there needs to be way more public safety, education about rivers. Way more. It was the family, apparently, who found her stuff. I don't know if it was wet. But according to this Mail Online article, Jenna Coleman welcomes her first child. I don't even know who Jenna Coleman is. Why is that breaking news? All right, it's up here. All right, why did she discard her belongings? The soft drinks bottles that Victoria bought at the BP garage were found by a family in a clearing along the path next to the River Derwent. Further along the path, at an undisclosed location, police found the discarded green camouflage cap that she'd been wearing. So the drinks bottles were found by a family. So I don't know how they knew they were Victoria's. But anyway. And then the police found the cap and the bag. The items were just found lying in the open, not hidden. We don't know whether they were wet. The family just found the drinks bottles But the police then found the rest. That cat looks a bit like she's trying to hide her face. I think it's just that she's looking down, honestly. Where's that picture? I think it's just like that she's looking down. I mean, look, if she was trying to hide her face, wouldn't she have, like, worn a, I don't know, a mask or a scarf? If she's, like, really trying to hide. I don't know. Again, if she normally wears a cap, then nothing unusual, is there? How did they know it was her drink? Good question. Maybe because they knew what she bought, so they found these bottles and thought, well, that's what she bought, so it must be hers. Was it water or pop? It says soft drink, so don't know. I assume that would be pop. It says soft drink, so not alcohol. Jenna Coleman is a well-known UK actress. Oh, okay. She was a Doctor Who sidekick. She played Queen Victoria in the TV series Victoria. Okay. I still don't know why it's breaking news. Okay, so she had a baby. Cool. What was I looking for? What I was looking for. Why did it go back up? So crossing the railway crossing near Liddell. 11:30 to 12. Heading towards the River Derwent. So she crossed. Okay. Where's my map gone? Yeah, so if she crossed, so Liddell crossing, if she crossed, then crossed here. And then can you get down? I don't even know if you can get down to that area. Like that. That road. Oh, yeah, look. So she crosses the crossing, which is right there. She goes down Norton Road. Walk along here. And then there's the entrance to go down to the river. So, yeah, I think she's gone that way. But if that was the last sighting, go back, Michelle. Were the water pipes going into the river there? Go back there. It's a tunnel. That's the bridge. So that's the river's flowing under that tunnel. If she lived there all her life, she'll know shortcuts, yeah. Yeah, like local knowledge, you might know how to get down there without using that path. But it doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like you can get to the river easily without using Like that's... Oh yeah, look. There. So there is a little like tunnel thing. So that'll be some kind of drain. We're standing on the bridge right now. So that'll be some kind of drainage thing. But it doesn't look like it's easy to get down to that river unless you like use that entrance. Or you could obviously hop the wall. Further down here though, it's not, I don't think you can get down because there's like buildings on either side. Now that's a walking area as well. But it doesn't seem that there's been any further sightings past here. Do we know if the drinks were both unopened or she drunk them? Don't know the answer to that. There will be a ladder for emergencies. Probably not, no. No, they don't install ladders. Like, wow. I don't think there would be ladders. Items may have been planted. There's no evidence. There's no evidence of any kind of foul play. There's no evidence that she was with anyone. She bought that she was in the... She's on camera at the garage. She bought the drinks. And then within the same half hour, she was seen at that railway crossing. And then that was it. She's not seen again. So there's no evidence of any kind of foul play. There's no evidence she was with anyone. There's no evidence that she was mugged and then the items were discarded there. I don't think there's any question of them being planted, honestly. I think this is another Nicola Bully, just an unfortunate accident. That's the way it looks. Without any further information, that's the way it certainly looks to me. Except the cat just found in a weird spot. Well, as we don't know exactly where the cat was found, other than it was just like by the river, we don't know that the cat she may have fallen and the cat came off. I think there are ladders around docks, but they're not everywhere. No, not just like a river going through a town. You don't see ladders. Like you might see like where there's like an industrial area, you might see some kind of ladder, but not just a river that goes through like a random town. Yeah, it would have to be a very elaborate plot for it to be anything else. I don't know whether you're talking about Victoria or you're still talking about Nicola. Cat could have been blown around, yeah. It has been very windy. I mean, she could have been, like, rather than having the backpack on, she might have been carrying the backpack. Like, you know, like you take your backpack off to get your drink out. She might have been taking her backpack off to get her drink out, and she slipped. Who knows? You know, people fall all the time. People have accidents all the time. And Usually, though, they're inconsequential. Usually, it's a funny story. Usually, it's a bit of a blooper. And then just occasionally, an accident happens in an area that is dangerous and it proves lethal. You have ladders and stairs where rivers run through times. No, I don't think we do. I mean, there might be somewhere. I can't vouch for every single river and every single town, but I've certainly never seen a ladder just positioned on a random river. Yeah, there you go. Rummaging in her backpack, not looking where she's going, and she slips. There you go. Simple as. Metal rungs built into stonework. Okay, yeah, things like that. I mean, look, if let's say there's a steep bank, it's near an industrial area, there's a drainage system, then there might be some kind of access for, workers. But it wouldn't be something just to help people out if they fell in. It would be like built into the architecture of that area, like the industrialization of it. Do on the River Weir, but it's where the old ferry used to dock before the A19 bridge was built and the other bridges. There you go. So it's for an industrial reason. Ladders at docks and canals. Yeah, because the canals were built for industry. So they're not safety measures. They're for industrial use. How old is the little girl? 2. She's 2. But we don't know anything about her mental health or anything like that. We don't know. It's so easy to slip down the banks of a river. Exactly. Occam's razor. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go. I've got to go out soon. So thank you for joining me. I'm going to keep a careful eye on this case, and I'll update when we've got any further information. There hasn't been any information released from the police since the 4th for 2 days now. So maybe there'll be an update tomorrow. They're searching throughout the weekend, and we'll see what they say. So I'll update as and when. And let's hope that what this looks like, it isn't. Let's, maintain that small bit of hope that possibly she's alive somewhere. It just doesn't look likely. I'm really sad that it just doesn't look likely. So thank you all. Hit the like on your way out and share it if you haven't done so already. It just helps with the algorithm. It will push it out to replay viewers. If you would be so kind. Thank you to those that donated earlier in the live stream. Welcome to the new members. And thanks as always to the mods. So enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.